Well, hi, everybody. This is DearMamaSal, and we are live on Friday evening, which is always fun time. While you join me as I meal prep for my meal tonight and also some stuff for during the week. But we do it on a budget, as you know, a very tight budget. And today, what I thought I'd do is to let you know I'm starting to try and use up some of the things that I stored away in the pantry when we knew we were going into pandemic. I thought it was about time I started to work my way through that and rotate everything. So we're going to do a pasta surprise. Why? Because I've got way too much pasta in my um, pantry at the moment. And so I want to use it up. I've got some spaghetti here. And what I'm going to do, you could do with any sort of noodles that you wanted to. If you've got leftover chow mein noodles or anything like that, just, it's pasta, people. I mean, how difficult can that be? And also, I've got lots of vegetables left over in my fridge today. So we're going to have some fun with that. And I'm going to be using my brand new little herb scissors that I got. Such fun. To cut up my herbs. I've got some as you know, I keep my green onions growing all the time, and they're doing really well. So we're going to put in some green onion. And I've also got some basil, which I grew from seed. I'm so proud of myself. And some savory, which I've got here. I just love the smell of this stuff. So that is awesome. Now, what I wanted to do before I get going is to show Jody and the rest of you who've been watching me with my seeds during the summer. My green peppers, I'm not sure what color they're going to go because they all start green, and then as they ripen on the vine, they will change color. I'm praying that they will change color before the frost comes, but I did want to show you how they're doing. So the first one was, we know one was Sergeant Pepper. Hang on a second. We've got Dr. Pepper, Sergeant Pepper, and Lemon Pepper. These are the three biggest ones. Look at those. Can you believe I grew those from seed? And by the way, I grew them from seed that I had in a store-bought one. I know it's so exciting. I mean, you'd almost think I knew what I was doing. Now, if I wanted green pepper, I could pick one pretty soon, the biggest one, but I want them to start turning colors. So I want to be able to show you that I am eating from the vine. However, I do have some little tomatoes that I grew from the seeds coming out of one of these. So there's some tomato. I did that. I did. Plus, I've got some celery that's going a bit limp. I've got some limp-looking carrot that needs to be used up, some peppers, some zucchini, and some leeks. So, going to be healthy. Lots of vegetables in here. But you're all wondering what's the surprise. Well, it wouldn't be a surprise if I told you, would it? Okay, so let me just get the thing going. Now, the first thing I've done is to pre-cook the ground beef. And I just did that I just put it in its, hang on a second. I literally just put the ground beef in my little pot that I got in my air fryer for 15 minutes at 375. Do I like stuffed pepper? I love it so much. Yeah, that's again. We'll probably do that with one of them. Tip of the day. It is not that I want to push this particularly, but have any of you tried this Dawn Power Wash? What you do is you just spray it on and then leave it, and basically you can just wipe everything off. I'll rinse it in a second, but I wanted to give you a hack on that one. And the hack is get the bottle once. Why? You can refill it with Dawn, and it works beautifully. All right, so Sharon is asking, has anyone here tried the Mediterranean diet? I think I'm getting more and more into that without really meaning to. A lot more vegetables and a lot more, things with olive oil and so forth. Very good for you. Well, anyway, so what I wanted to do is I pre-cooked the ground beef so that I can pull most of the fat out of it. All right. And I'm just letting that get absorbed by the paper towel. Wait 1 minute. There's a crisis here. Let me think what it is. Now I'm going to do something. I'm going to do something unusual with this. I'm not going to pre-cook the spaghetti. Hi, Nyasha. Good to see you. So what I've got is my magic. I need a bowl. Just hold on 1 second. I need to get everything out of my container. All right. So Jody bought one of these, and I was so impressed with it that I got one. I want to tell you they are so nice because they are great for portion control. Does that make sense? These are sort of like 1 cup helpings, and I think that's a really good idea when we're doing Getty. So I'm not going to pre-cook the spaghetti. We normally do, but I'm not going to. What I'm going to do is I am going to layer it all in there and then pour a sauce over the top of it. So let's start. I'm going to start with some zucchini. And I'm going to put that at the bottom. I know you're all thinking it's Sal and the mandolin, that dangerous combination. So I'm just going to layer some zucchini in the bottom. So it's just got like 4 slices of zucchini. Really difficult to do this, okay? And then we'll put in some leek. That's like an onion. I just want to warm up the oven while I'm talking to you. All right, so we've got 1 layer of zucchini. Then we've got some leeks. finely chopped. There we go. And I think we're going to put some spaghetti in now. The idea being that the liquid will, the sauce will gather at the bottom. So that's where we want the spaghetti to be. Now, the question is, that's probably a portion for one person. So I'm going to halve that. Yeah, go in there. There we go. By the way, I found the ground beef on sale at my local store when I went there. I normally wouldn't have bought some, but as it was such a good price, I decided I would buy it. All right, so there we've got the pasta in there. That's good. Now let's put in some carrot for color. And then we'll put in some tomato for color. Remember, always try and get the colors of the rain. Oh, we want some meat in there. Let me wash my hands. Actually, I don't even want to touch it. I keep my little bags from the grocery for this reason. Okay, let's put in some meat. Yep. We need to put in some tomato. We're going to use the little ones. Oh, I was going to put in some bits of dark leek as well. Remember that whenever we cook with dark leafy vegetables, it's always good for you. So we've already got the skin of the zucchini, which is dark. So now we're adding a little bit of that. Oh, we got some red pepper. So some of that in. There you go. A little bit more. Pretty easy. And now we'll put in some tomato as well. It's so tasty. I'm going to take some of the savory. This is the savory. And I'm just going to add that in. There we go. And we'll put some green onion in as well. So that's looking pretty good. Now then, who have we got here? So far, pretty darn easy. You want the surprise? I'm ready for the surprise now. So this is all stacked in layers, just like that. I'm going to keep the basil and put that on at the end, if I remember. And if I don't remember, it'll be Jodie's fault. For those of you who don't know, Jodie is our admin. She keeps me sounding halfway intelligent. Oh, I didn't have orange. Did I have orange? No. Okay, let's put some orange in as well. Oops. Now then, we got, it looks so colorful, right? It's very easy. I haven't got yellow in. I could have put some corn in there, but I don't want to open up a can just to do that. Now, this is where it gets to be fun. I'm going to put some black pepper in there. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I lie. Sorry about that. I am going to put some Montreal steak spice in there. Now, it's funny because that's got dehydrated garlic in it. And as you know, I'm allergic to garlic. And the funny thing is, I don't know why, but it doesn't affect me when it's in that mixture. I have no idea why, but I'm very grateful for it. So now we're going to make the sauce. Whenever you're making a pizza casserole type thing, one of the most important things you can do is to put some egg in it. Did you know that? And do you know why? So let's start with, I'm going to start with 2 eggs. Anybody know why? If you're making a pasta pie of any sort, always add an egg or 2. And the answer is dum 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 dum. The answer is it holds it together. Absolutely. So we're going to start with a couple of eggs, and then I'm going to put some Worcestershire sauce in because I like that. Gives it really good taste. And look what I found in my pantry. And it's been there from the beginning of the pandemic, so it's time to use it. I'm going to use this Chef Boyardee. I'm going to put it in the blender and make the cheese sauce out of this. By the way, remember, we're talking cost effective. I think this cost me a couple of bucks. The meat cost me $4. So that's 4, 5, 6, and leftover vegetables. So about $2 a meal. Can't complain about that. A serving. And I probably will have some of the sauce left over. We'll see. This is a really quick way to make a quick dinner. So we've got tomato in here, we've got a little bit of extra pasta in here. And I'm going to put the lid on it and blend it all up. Yes, using Chef Boyardee is the surprise. Instead of using a cheese sauce, I'm going to cheat. Let's see how it looks. I've never done it before, by the way. Oh, I think what we will do is put some Parmesan on it just before I put the others on. One of the things I love about Fridays is I can play and you all get to be entertained by, I wonder what I should throw on there next. Okay. And so here is the Chef Boyardee blended. I think I'm going to need a bit more liquid. No, maybe not. I'm just making sure the sauce gets down to the bottom. Because that's where the pasta is. All right, let me see here. Well, Jody, I was thinking, I wonder what I can do with it to make it, not just be straight Chef Boyardee. So what I'm going to do is put this. All right, I've put the air fryer on at 380, and I'm going to cook it for about half an hour. I'll see how it's doing. I think I want to just make sure that's all incorporated nicely. Yep, it's good. Now, how simple was that? Seriously. What have we got in there? We've got a little bit of spaghetti. I reckon about half as much as, an official serving. We've got lots of vegetables. We've got some meat, but not too much. And we've got some very tasty sauce. So I reckon that will make quite a nice little meal. We'll find out. So we're going to put all this back here and put that away. And I'm going to let that cook for about 20 minutes, and then I'm going to add cheese on top of it. Of course, because everything's better with cheese on top of it. And let me just keep that, because we're going to want that in a minute. We're going to need this still. Uh-oh. And I'm going to put that away. Yep. So that amount of meat cost me $4.44 Canadian. So I thought that was a good deal. That's why I got it. Let's clean this off. Still going to need that. Looking good, people. 'Cause Now, what I'm going to do is while we're waiting for that to cook, is to make myself some more desserts. How many of you remember my making those desserts last week? The interesting thing I want to let you know, hi May, good to see you, is this, that I still had 2 of those little desserts that I made last week left when I went to have a look in the fridge earlier. In fact, maybe more. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so what I want to show you is even though I made them so I could eat them, I didn't eat them all. And, you know, it's about not feeling deprived. So this week I'm going to take some chocolate. I don't think we've done anything with chocolate, have we? Good night, Jeannie. So I buy this awesome chocolate. And what I'm going to do is just cut through it. Oh, it helps if I have the sharp knife, but apparently I don't. I'm just chopping it up so that it will not take as long to melt. And I think a lot of you know that even though I am diabetic or pre-diabetic, I managed to keep myself pre-diabetic with my diet. I have some of this chocolate every day. And for some reason, it doesn't seem to spike me unduly. I don't know why. It's about 220 grams per serving, but very tasty. So you just got to remember to open up the air fryer when I use the microwave. So it was 30 seconds, just mixing it a bit. Another 30. It's so good. It's beginning to melt now. It's awesome. Another 30 seconds. I had such a wasted afternoon. I spent over 2 hours trying to get my old computer to communicate with my fancy printer. Do any of you have memories of that? For some reason, it would not communicate. It took me over 2 hours, and I think I'm smart. There we go. Okay, so that was 1.5 minutes, and I've now got runny chocolate. So good, this stuff. So what I'm going to do is just put a little bit at the bottom of these molds. So I'm just going to take a teaspoon and line the bottom of the mold. Teaspoon. Teaspoon. More. 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 This is half the fun of cooking, I think. And I'm just going to put that into the fridge to harden up a little bit. I really recommend that chocolate. It is so creamy. How much cream is there in there? White chocolate, sugar, cocoa, whole milk powder, soy lectin, natural vanilla flavor. Contains soy milk. There you go. Anyway, it tastes really creamy. It's just so good and everything. So what I'm going to do here is now we've got chocolate, and now I'm going to make an instant pudding. And I allow myself one of these every week. So I want a couple of cups of milk. Now, what I want you to think about is between the layer of chocolate and the vanilla pudding, what do you think? Cinnamon? Nutmeg? What would be good in between? Now, we know cinnamon is good for our bodies, so I'm thinking that would probably be an idea. The pasta's already in cooking, Jenny. All right, so this is just 2 cups of milk, and Jody's saying both. Oh, it would be like a specular then. Oh, what if I put allspice in there? Maybe I'll put it in here. Oh, good idea, Jody. Allspice, cinnamon, nutmeg. I presume that allspice has got everything in it, right? That's why they call it allspice. So let's huck some of that in here with a bit of extra cinnamon because it's good for us. So now we've got like a specular dessert. And all you do, if you haven't had one of these, is you just keep mixing it until it starts to stiffen up a bit, which it's beginning to do. And oh, it's going to taste so good. Jody, in about 5 minutes, can you remind me just to put the cheese on the pasta? Okay, so that's beginning to thicken a bit, and the reason I know that is because I can start seeing the whisk marks in. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see it? No, probably not. Anyway, it's hardening, beginning to just firm up enough that I can see the marks of the whisk. So I know that's good. That's good. Oops. So good. Mm. Now I'm going to put that in the freezer. So now what I've got is a frozen dessert, not ice cream, a frozen dessert that's got chocolate, pudding, it's got nutmeg and cinnamon and allspice in it. And I'll just put a dab of cream on the top when I go to eat it. As much as I love this mold, it's very flimsy. So if I put it in the freezer, I always need to put something underneath it. I'll be right back. Yum. Here I am again. I'd forgotten I'd thrown 1,001 things on top of my freezer lid. Hang on one second. Now let's try it. All right, now then. Oh. Wow, got ourselves. That's unusual, isn't it? I don't think we've had one of those for a long time. Did you nuke him completely? Please, Jody. Just put him on the ban list for me. Thank you, Jody. We haven't had one of those for a long time. Very unusual. But it happens. Every now and then one gets through. Hi, Sandy. That's going to taste so good. Look at that. It almost doesn't need cheese on top at all. I wonder if the pasta is done. It looks so good. We'll give it another little bit of time. Now, obviously, this is also very kid-friendly if you've got children, and I'm a big kid. There we go. Do not touch it, Sal. It's hot. So now we're going to let that cheese melt. I've also found out that buying cheese slices for me is a much more economical way to go. If I buy a block of cheese, I use far more cheese. Isn't it funny? So how simple was that? Yeah. Um, it's interesting, isn't it, Sandy? Because it's the portion control. Exactly, it's the portion control. I know I can. I make my pita in the morning, my half a pita, and I put one slice in there with my lettuce and my ham or my cucumber or whatever I'm going to have in my pita, and then I know that I can have another one later on in the day if I want one. So it's all part of the plan that I've worked out. What can I eat, not what can't I eat. Very important. So we did that in under an hour, but we've still got 10 minutes. You think we should do more? I think I'm going to make a quick sponge cake. So for that I need remember, this is how I do portion control with my cake. I buy the cake mix. Oh, it's okay, Sandy. The magic ingredient was a can of Chef Boyardee that I mixed up with other things and used it as a cheese sauce. So, scissors. And again, this is portion control. I know I can put about half one of these. Yeah, I had some Chef Boyardee in the pantry that I bought at the beginning of the pandemic, so I thought it was time to use it up. So this is my cheating way of making cake. One egg. Oh. And I mix that in with the cake powder first. And I'm going to add a little bit of milk. Until I get the right consistency. Okay, so there we got cake mix. How easy is that? And now I'm just going to put a small layer of cake batter in the bottom of here. This is a really good hack if you have people coming over or surprise visitors. You can make an instant dessert while you're chatting to them, without any hassle at all. Be still, my heart. Now, did I look good or what? Now, the question is, yeah, Isabel's saying this room makes me think of the easy bake oven I used to have when I was small. Yes. But that's how I've learned to do things is, um, it's like if I just cook little bits, I can eat them. I just can't cook a cake because, I'll eat the whole cake. So a creative moment, think about the little cakes that I'm making. What could we put over the top of them? We could put fruit over them. We could make Jell-O and make a trifle. All right, so we got a layer of that. I might do that. So we've got a layer of the cake at the bottom, and then put Jell-O on top of it, and then a little bit of bird's custard, and then of cream. Oh, that would look really good, wouldn't it? So I'm thinking I should pull one of these out. What do you think? I'm going to let them cool in here, but obviously we will garnish them with some homegrown basil. That's it. And I thought, just because we're being totally decadent, I'm going to put some French's onion on top, crispy. How many of you think that is going to be tasty? Anybody? The question is, can I get one out? I don't know. That's right. The cakes are coming up beautifully. That went well. This could be challenging, people, so if I could totally mess it up, don't worry. Oh, it didn't. Look at that. I don't mind telling you I impressed myself there. A perfect portion. Lots of good stuff in it, some not so good. And perfect portion control. Dessert is in the freezer or in the cook, and I'm off to eat now. But seriously, how simple was that? Really? And all I did was a little bit of pasta, a little bit of ground beef, lots of vegetables. All right. And perfect portion control. Can I go eat it now? I do love making these things up on the fly, people. So, I hope you continue to get ideas from when I do this because, it's just like, what can I do with? And that's where I start. And then I thought, what can I do with a can of Chef Boyardee? So perfect portion control. I'm off to go eat dinner. This is Dear Mama Sal saying, I've got cake and I've got frozen dessert. I got all sorts of wonderful things for later on tonight. But I'm going to be in confetti corner, so I probably won't need them. This is Dear Mama Sal saying, I hope you enjoyed this. Jody, thank you for being here. No, oh, you want to know if the pasta's cooked? Let me just taste it. It is just about that well-known Italian al dente. Al, my friend Al. So it could probably do with a little bit more, but it's soft enough that I can eat through it, not overcooked. My feeling is, Sandy, that this lot was going to be frozen and then reheated, so it was just about the right time. And I didn't let it go to the full half an hour. If I'd let it go to the full half an hour, it would have been ideal. So if you like it al dente,